The Modern Warfare 3 content season has begun with the release of the maps Piazza and Liberation for Call of Duty Elite Premium members. Now, if you're not an Elite Premium member and you'd like to be, you can sign up for Elite through the app on the console or at callofduty.com/elite. In honour of the new maps, we here at Inside Xbox have jumped deep back into the multiplayer to provide a few tips for surviving the online mayhem in Modern Warfare 3. No need to thank us, we're selfless like that. Now, we're not huge fans of providing map-specific tips. The community just evolves so fast that what works today may very well not work tomorrow, especially if you put it in an Inside Xbox video on the dash, so we're going to outline a much more personal approach. We're going to detail some of our standard tactics in multiplayer, which should hopefully help a few people find their own unique approach to the game. First and foremost, we're all for almost every item and perk that can obscure our location in a match. For example, we use silencers on all of our weapons. Firstly, with a little practice, we feel just as accurate with iron sights, so we don't really feel the need for red dots or holographics. More importantly, the silencer makes sure that we don't show up on the enemy's minimaps when we fire our weapons. By the same token, we use the blind eye and assassin perks. This way UAVs and heartbeat monitors can't spot us, and the same goes for air support like predator missiles, choppers and strafe runs, and this buys us a huge advantage in our opinion. There's nothing more important in Call of Duty than enemy locations, both for your own team and your opponents. By using a silencer, blind eye and assassin, you can pick your way through an enemy force with a much more relaxed attitude. Now, when it comes to weaponry, we're assault rifle guys through and through. Our reasoning is this: submachine guns and light machine guns are just too specialised, and there aren't enough X's in our gamer tags to be snipers. They work well in specific circumstances, but they just don't have that all-rounded approach that you want map in and map out. Everybody's weapon preferences are different though. To be fair, they all fire deadly bits of metal out at the end of them. The thing to ask yourself is which weapon feels right for you. The next tip is to trust your instincts. If you play enough Call of Duty, you'll know what we're talking about. When you've played through the maps dozens of times, you'll get a feel for the areas that attract the most chaos, we call them kill boxes, as well as those dark corners where certain players tend to lurk. Try to second guess your opposition by approaching their blind spots for a sneaky kill, or just tossing grenades and flashbangs in areas that you suspect they're camping in. If you're feeling particularly mercenary, let another player act as bait to flush the enemy out. Next, when it comes to how to approach each map in the game, we have only one really basic rule. If the map is small, we go slow. If the map is large, we move at top speed. With small maps, danger lurks at every turn, and sprinting is a surefire way to kill cam vision. In bigger maps, slow movement can expose your position, so flitting from cover to cover at warp speed can help obscure your position and help keep long-range snipers from picking you off. Our other default approach to almost every map is to play on the outer edges. It keeps the number of sightlines on your location to a minimum and allows you to peer into the middle of the map for easy kills while still keeping your eye on the outskirts for lurking danger. And now a quick word on the minimap. First off, glance at it, don't stare at it. Secondly, glance at it often. A lot of players look for the red dots on the minimap to spot enemy locations, and that's incredibly important. However, we spend just as much time looking at our allies' locations. If we see a teammate's arrow disappear, we know there's probably an enemy in that area and we react appropriately. Paying attention to your allies' locations can inform all the rest of your strategy during a match. Now, we hope you find these suggestions helpful, but in the end, just remember to follow your own path. Play in the spirit of the game and find the style that suits you the best. Here's hoping you're all enjoying the new maps for Modern Warfare 3. We're usually online around lunchtime, so you might even be able to use these tactics against us. Thanks for watching Inside Xbox.